All right, peace, peace, peace. Well, first and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing your day. By His mercies, you aren't consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall's body, and spiritually or into or naturally alive. Man, I just want to get into something real quick, kind of tying into what we were talking about yesterday about being one with the Most High in your house shall, being on the same, accord, man. Like and you know it is too. Also, how it comes in volume with the book and like the weightier matters of the law, but and also too how like that's important to the testimony, the gospel and the in the new covenant, man. Because I want to get into this real quick, man. Because I'm a little tired, but we gonna go into this, man. And yo, man, I was just watching a clip I feel like not too long ago, man, about like checking on your loved ones, man. Like in the word, most importantly, in the word and outside the word, man. Because I just called one of my brothers, got some good news, man. Like even in midst of this trial tribulations, man, we're gonna do something, Lord willing. Soon he's in the word, but also too, man. But I seen a clip of a Method Man talking about that, man. He said, "Listen, man, like actually, let's look at this before real quick before we get into this, man." Cause he said, "Listen, man, it's like, listen, don't, oh yeah, we right here, man." But he said, "Listen, man, especially you reaching out to your loved ones, your peoples, yeah, man. If that thought comes, just reach out to them, man. Cause it's not about that. See, that goes into like not the selfishness, like consideration of considering others, like like we talked about this morning, man. Because a lot of times, too, people like it's just like, and I get it. Don't get it twisted, because I was reading Proverbs 8 yesterday. When it says like, listen, I love those who love me. The Most High in your house, I was like that. I love those who love me, and of course in the world, like even outside in life, man, there's like we say, listen, okay, it goes two ways. It goes both ways. I mean, we could walk and chew gum. Like two things could be true, man. But but like the brother sent me first one was saying, man, it shouldn't matter like that. One, having a godly type of mind, being like that, doesn't even matter if the person doesn't respond or not. Like or one and two. Cause don't get twisted, cause you never know what somebody else is going through, man. Like cause like they going through trials and tribulations, guardrails and things in life as well, man. Or they just might need to be alone, man. Like Moses did, like Yahushua did, like Ezra did, man. And especially in the word, like sometimes certain things you can't do. There's certain people that need the most on Yahushua. And don't take things personal, man. Cause it's not always about me. It's not always about you, man. That's what we did. We talked about that a while back, man, months ago, man. Like the Monica song, man. Don't take it personal, man. And when people like quote unquote now don't get it twisted. Do people actually ghost people? Yeah, but it's not always just ghost you when you like. It's not because it's not always about you. But like you gotta consider that other person. Like just make sure hopefully that other person is okay, man. Their well being, their state is good, man. Cause don't get it twisted, man. Cause certain people do that, man. Cause they just want to be like they like that, like they like being chased. They like that pursuit of people, like it feeds their pride and ego. So don't get it twisted. And certain times people just do it like actually like just just move on and go actually ghost you. But sometimes, man, certain people and that's what it is about consideration as well. But Method Man was saying that, man. He was sitting down with Fat Joe. He said, "Oh no, man, but that thought comes, man. Like just reach out to him, man. Like, it doesn't matter if they reach out to you or not, man. Just like for godly's sake, man. For the Most High in your house, for that's sake, for your name's sake, man. You just do that, man. Like doesn't matter if they respond to you or not. And Lord willing, they might respond. They might respond to you, man. And that's where I having that love without dissimulation, man. Because I kind of recently did that with somebody, man. But it is what it is, though. But man, because you generally care for that person, no matter how that turned out, man. Like you still have love for that person, though, man. Like even despite that, man. But whatever it turned out, if it was falling out, man. But but sometimes things can be reconciled, some things can't. Like DMX said, actually, perfectly said, man. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was, man. Pretty much, man. It's all the Lord's will, man. But yeah, man. Let's get Sirach chapter 14, verse 13. Even though it's not going to what we're talking about, it says, "Do good unto thy friend before thou die. According to thy hand, according to ability, stretch out thy hand and give it to him." Man, yeah, exactly, man. give to them, like, the more importantly, of course, like, alms, money, things of that nature, but the love, man, the brother and sister you love, man. Like, show them that you love them, man. Give them all you got, man. Like, one, like, that's what it is. Just like, if you love the Most High, you love the Most High in your house shop, man, you're gonna love your brother and sister that way, man. Your peoples that way, whether in the word, out the word. It doesn't even matter if you know them, because oh no man, nothing but the love them, man. Because that's just is what it is, man. So give just like the Most High house shot wants us to give the best we got, man. We gotta do it for each other, man. Like for your people, for your loved ones, man. Because it says not love, don't not just love in word, but in deed, man. That's just is what it is, man. So yeah, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 real quick, man. Because I wanted to touch on that real quick. Yeah, but this all goes into the weightier matters of the law, and also to bidding to the marriage. It says, it says, Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach chapter 7 verse um, uh, 25. This is, marry thy daughter, thou shalt perform a weightier matter, but give her to a man to understand it. So it says, marry thy daughter, and give her to a man that you have performed a weightier matter. Like, so and it says, give her to a man to understand it. So we're gonna look at all this stuff, man. So let's go to Luke real quick, man. Because how are we marrying? Who's that daughter in this aspect, man? Like Jeremiah 6:2. Let's look at this, and it's like like how shall I say, my words of spirit. So like who are we marrying to, and how is that like yeah, let's get this Luke chapter 14 real quick, man. It says Luke chapter 14 verse 13 says, and the Lord said unto the servant, go into highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house be filled. For I say unto you, that none of these men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. So yeah, bid to the marriage, man. That's what, when you bid to the marriage, you bid them to you're getting bid to the weightier matters of the law, man. This all goes into the gospel, man. Like, let's get Matthew 23:23, man. So being the Most High in your house shot's, wife, man. Like, being married to the Most High in your house shot, man. Coming as a chaste virgin, like, being married to them, man. You're gonna go to the weightier matters, like, of the law, man. That's like, the law being in you, the gospel, the testimony, the witness, new covenant, man. That's what it is, man. And it's yeah, man, that's what this and this is the person you're getting married. This is the husband that you're getting married to. Want somebody that delights in this, man. Like, that's actually, I'm actually I'm all praise the Most High house, because I'm glad we're talking about this today. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay a myth and a nis of and coming, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, faith. These ought ye to be done, and not leave the other undone." So yeah, see that? Judgment, mercy, faith. Like, that's when you do, like, being married to a man of understanding, man. Like, man, who's that man? Like, Yahushua, man, the Most High Yahushua, man. That's just, it is what it is, man. Then we're going to get to Matthew 12. But it's crazy, because I was just talking, what's crazy, earlier, like, early in the day, I was just talking, like, to one of my students at the, at the school I work at, man. And I was telling her, even though, listen, I'm not really a proponent, I'm not an advocate of, especially like youth, teenagers, youth dating. Honestly, man, anything plus, for real, anything plus over 25, that's when you really start to, like, do something, man. Honestly, like, especially not, it's not good for you, especially for you, especially teenage years and young adult years, to be honest, man. It's just not, like, it's just like still, mine's not really developed, just going, because it is too. That's why, like, in the ancient world, even nowadays too, you still have places in the world, like, being like being like, that's why in the law, like, they didn't always, arranged marriages didn't always happen, but that's why the father picked the the daughter who she's going to marry, man. Because it is too. That's why, because it really shouldn't. A woman shouldn't really go from man to man to man. Because, like, then like, when the time they're not going to want to be a wife at this point, man, because they're gonna they're gonna want a damn Frankenstein at that point, or a Build-A-Bear, like, or a created player or man or something, man. I want this man to do this man do this, because my first love in high school did this, or my first love in elementary school, middle school did this, and once I got to high school, he was like this, and once I was young, in my young adults, he was like this, and it brings confusion, man. So no, yeah, honestly, no. Even with brothers, even men shouldn't be like, kind of like that. The scripture goes into that. Like, listen, like, don't get to it on the natural trip. Like, now that we're under, like, Yahweh Shai, man, it's just like, that's another story for another day. But with multiple wives, like, shout out to brother Simbi Firstborn for bringing this understanding. Yes, it's lawful, but it's a lot of times not expedient. But now really under what you call him, Yahweh Shai, man. Really now it's really just one. Really, me on natural tip, I'm not against multiple wives, anything like that. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but I was telling her, listen, sweetie, like, I'm not advocating y'all doing that stuff and dating and stuff like that. But listen, because one of the teachers said, listen, because like, her her quote unquote little boyfriend was getting in trouble, man, and the teacher was like, listen, you sure, sweetie, this is the best you can do? And she was kind of confused, like, oh, what y'all mean? Do that really make me like look? She said, yeah, it makes you look bad. And I was like, sweetie, come here, let me tell you something. When you get older and you find somebody, like, it's really going to be like, don't get twisted, like, because, we're about to go into the spiritual aspect of this in a second. It's really going to be like kind of a reflection of like you in a sense, man. Because like, listen, because like, when you're married, like, man, that's one flesh, man. It's really going to be like kind of sort of not all the way a reflection on you, because listen, you have certain instances like that, like, you just got a good woman, she's just with a wicked man, like Abigail in the ball, or like or you got a righteous man, or he's just with a wicked woman, man. That's just is what it is. There's plenty of examples in scriptures that, or even outside the word, regular life, you see that, like, it gets like, damn, man, like, because I had a cousin, man. He had a he kind of ruined it with a girlfriend that he had. I was like, listen, and I talked that with my brothers a lot of times too. I was like, yeah, he kind of like, he kind of well, I shouldn't say my cousin, but he kind of ruined that, man, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. But also too, even like with certain, shoot, my homie, man, like, he had a, like, his the girl did he was with, just messed it up, man. So he had that, man. So that's just is what it is, man. But I was telling her, man, like, listen, a lot of times too, like, who you're with, man, can be a reflection of you. Even though if you're not like that, people will be like, this is the best you can do. This is it. I said to say, man, that's why, like, it all ties in together. What we always talk about, which is our conduct, man. Like, that's that Psalms 4, like, of the Most High House's name, and let's grab that real Psalms 4, and that's why it says that his name is blasphemed through his enemies of how we act, man. Especially us in the word, outside the word, just as a people. But yeah, man. Psalms chapter 4 verse 2, it says, "Oh, ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing?" So yeah, man. Is what it is. That's why he said, listen. That's why ultimately the Most High house, like he said, and like they said in Ezekiel, man. Listen, I died for my fathers and my namesake, man. So like, and that's is what it is. But to see, this all ties into being like, being married to a man of understanding, man. So it says, Matthew chapter 23, verse 23. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite, for ye pay the tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and ye have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, faith. These ye ought to have done, and not leave the other undone." So yeah, that's just is what it is, man. So that's it. Let's look at this Sirach 25 again. 7:25. "Marry thy daughter, thou shalt perform the weighty matter." Exactly, that's a weighty matter. "But give her to a man of understanding." So let's go Matthew 12 real quick, man. Ultimate man of understanding. Matthew chapter 12 verse 42. It says, it says, the queen itself shall rise up in the judgment against the generation and shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Behold, the greater Solomon is here. So yeah, this is the what's we know how wise, like Solomon was the wisest man, that ever walked the earth during this time. And, Yahushua came. So till Yahushua came, and that's what, a man of understanding, a man to understand what it's of of his father, of the Most High, of God, because who better than his son, or him manifested in the flesh. So that's a man to understand. That's a man to understand we're married to, man. Because honestly, man, because man, that's just crazy. I'm sorry, I keep going on segues and stuff like that. But I was just going on Facebook, I gotta say focus more a little bit when I'm studying, too, because I kind of been that this past week or so kind of getting off task a little bit, but it happens. But I was going on Facebook, man. It's a song I hear in a while, man. It was Jennifer Hudson's Spotlight. If y'all ever hear the song, it goes like, I don't like being in your spotlight. But see, a lot of times too, it's all the same. It's all the same thing, man. It's all that's why, to know how our people act, you have to know how women and children act. I was just thinking about that a few hours ago, because the same thing with women, man. A lot of times women, they don't want to they don't want to be helpmeets. They don't want to live under their husband's spotlight, man. They want it to be about them, similar to our people, man. Want it to be about us, man. That's why the Most High Yahushua comes in bottom of the book. Listen, do we play a big role in this? Yes, but it's about the Most High Yahushua and their will, the testimony, the gospel. It's about that at the end of the day, man. So because the book is about them, man. Honestly, man. But it's something like that, because got a lot of times too with especially now, you got a lot of these modern not the Western women, these liberal women, these divine feminine mother goddess worshipers, man, feminists, whatever, man. Just the liberal woman, man. They of course, man. They don't want to be to help me. They don't want it to, because they want it to be about them. That's what. That's it's all reflection, man. Because that's why the Most High Yahshua, they bring that spiritual mirror out, man. Because just the woman does so does so does us as a people, man. Because that's why he said in Daniel, nothing was going to happen to his people until I do my will, until I scatter the holy power. I'm roughly paraphrasing of this people, man. So that's is what it is, man. So but see they don't realize, but a lot of times too, women don't realize, most women, not all women too, most of the, these liberal Western women don't understand, just the glory or the attachment being this, attached with that man. That's the glory that it comes with, man. Wow, you're just to be the wife of that set honorable, just man. It's shoot, you should glory in that, man. But when you want it to be about you, it's just is what it is. Same thing, with Yahushua, man. That's why, honestly, man, that, even though it was kind of a moment of carnality, man, I see why, could see why, the disciples, no, I'm gonna be next to him. I'm gonna be next to him in the thing. No, of course, Yahushua was teaching him humility at the end of the day. He's like, listen, no, we don't even roll like that. No, man, we brothers. We're brethren at the end of the day. But pretty much, man, spiritually, because they was married to Yahushua, man. They was a bride of him, man. His 12. But listen, they knew, man, just being attached to him, man, it's just no, why wouldn't you, man, be attached to him, to Most High and Yahushua, man? It's just wow, man. Yeah, and don't realize the glory just comes from that, man. That is a reward. Like you said in Isaiah 51, man. I'll be no. Let's grab it real quick, man. Isaiah 50 52 verse 12. It says, for ye shall not go into haste, nor go by flight, for the Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your reward. So yeah, man, he is the reward, man. That is what it is, man. Because you don't get this, the perks being around that, man. Because don't get to, there's a lot of women like that, man. It's always that Steve Urkel effect, man. You chasing Laura, women down even want you, but then the other one, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting name. She liked him for him, and she actually looked better, man. Like, listen, and a lot of times too, brothers outside the word, like go through that, man. They do that, so no, man. Like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, go. All goes to back into I love those that love me, man, and it goes into listen. Might not be a small, big, group of people, man. But focus on the ones that do have breast interest, that do love you, man. Even two or three, man. Because a lot of times too, that's the only people, real people that you gonna actually have, man. Two or three at most, like actual real people that love ones, real people that care about you. It might be a little more, but honestly, depending on the situation, person, whatever message that the Most High Shall gives you, in the word, out the word. But yeah, man, that's it is what it is, though, man. Honestly, man, focus on the one people that do care about you, man. Like Kevin Hart said, man, listen, if I have haters, man, I don't even want to know, man. I'm too focused on people that actually love me. It's the same thing with the Most High Yahusha. So, anyway, man, hopefully this is edifying, man. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters, man, because I'm tired, so peace.